Hello everyone, this is DJ Thed here, and I am here to show you a new trick that was discovered recently for the Nintendo Switch version of Rayman Legends. This trick is not possible on any other version of the game, and I will soon show you why. This trick also is not possible on daily streams, and is also not possible on weekly streams, for a reason I will again show you in just a second. This trick involves Murfy, and those of you that are familiar with the Murfy reset glitch will probably find the way to activating the glitch to be similar, pretty much the same. However, it is not Murfy reset. It does not activate the Murfy reset glitch where you get infinite jumps. This is a different bug that is not just free distance you can get on the pit distance challenges, which, yeah, I don't approve of that trick there, where you can just jump out of bounds. Yeah, no, don't do that. However, this trick I'm about to show you is what I would view as an okay trick. And what I'm about to do right now is jump into the zone where Murfy will activate. I would call this a Murfy activation trigger. And once that happens, you don't have access to the pause menu. However, if you jump into it, but not quite, like you in mid-jump, as I'm doing right now, I'd pause mid-jump, and once I land, I'll land on the trigger. If I restart sequence, the game will continue playing. I messed it up. My jump was short. Hold on. So if I do this again, jump into the trigger, restart sequence. Yeah, there we go. The cutscene loaded, and now Murfy is with me, even though I'm not at the Murfy trigger yet. And that means I can take him with me. And now he's with me in the loading screen. Now this is where it gets a little bit different. For those, again, that are familiar with the Murfy reset glitch, you do another step. We won't be doing that step, because that is not what we're doing today. We'll be doing something else completely. We'll be going to the Daily Dojo Challenge, which I've already done with this glitch. And this glitch basically allows you to get more lums using Murfy. And as you can see, it helps quite a bit, even though I'm not particularly good at dojos, especially with this trick. It's hard, but I'll show you. But with this trick, you see higher scores than normal, even higher than typical co-op challengers. And that's because the Murfy reset, well, not Murfy reset, but the Murfy glitch, I don't know what to call it yet, but the Murfy glitch will allow you to get more lums. And it is not a co-op trick. I want to be clear about that. This can be done with one controller. And I'll show you what I mean in just a second. I'm undocking my Switch now. And I am going to go ahead and switch the scene to my crappy webcam. This phone right here normally does the recording, but now I can't use it. Yeah, anyway. So yeah. Here's my crappy webcam and my Switch. And as you can see, I can use Murfy, the touchscreen version of Murfy, and with the same exact controller, I can control the player. And that's basically how the trick works. This is not possible in any other version of the game because you can't activate Murfy during the challenges that isn't Murfy related, which with this glitch you can, and you also can't use Murfy with the same controller you are using the player for. But with this glitch, you can. That's where the non-co-op comes in, because it is all one controller. So anyway, I'll show you how you would be using this trick. And it's mostly useful in dojo challenges, but it can be used in land lums, I believe, but I'm not sure about pit lums. I don't think I was able to get Murfy to load in a pit challenge for whatever reason. But as you can see, there are some bubbles in the background there. You can use Murfy to double those lum counters. So all you have to do is just drag Murfy above them, and you see they turn purple. And if I restart, you'll also be able to see that I'll be able to activate those bubbles before the countdown even finishes. Which is kind of where the trick comes into, you know, being useful without being a total nuisance, because you still have a little bit of buffer time to get the bubbles purpled before you have to reposition your hand that you use to actually do the thing, and you can just hold it as normal and then play the room as normal. And you get double lums for it. You can do it for every room that has lum bubbles. However, they do not work with lanterns. And that's probably a godsend, because if it was a thing you had to do for every room, it probably would get a little annoying, but these lantern rooms, you can't use Murfy for. You have to play them as normal. But, anyway. You can also use the Murfy trick for the enemies that you encounter. Those enemies being the red monsters that appear sometimes in the dojo. Just one thing to note with them is that if they are moving around the level and you tickle them, they will stop moving. Because when enemies get tickled, they just stop in place and not do anything. Though I actually haven't had a chance to actually test that because we haven't had a dojo challenge with it, monsters yet. But I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen because that's what happens in the story levels. But anyway, there's also one other object you can use the Murfy trick for, is the bumpers, and they are very rare in the dojo, but they do appear. And yeah, when you use Murfy to touch those bumpers, you will get lums from them. I don't know how many. I think it's 10. The base is 5, but normally you don't even get lums by ground pounding or anything, doing anything to a bumper. But with this trick, you can get 10 lums per bumper you hit. So yeah. I know some people call them pillows, but that's kind of a silly name. But anyway, that's kind of how the trick works. It's gonna be hard. It's a new trick. It's unintuitive, but it's not impossible. And I think it's, with practice, people can get really good at it and still be playing as a solo player, because I was able to do that with just this. Just the one caveat is that you have to be in mobile mode, because there's no touchscreen available to use when you have it docked, which is why I had to have it undocked and show you through the webcam. So if you don't like the form factor of this, I mean, yeah, kind of a tough break there, I guess. Though you can technically use another controller. Like if you have a pro controller, you can just have the screen on the desk that you have or whatever, and then just use your pinky that's available when you have the grip. Where's the grip? If you hold a controller over the screen, you can use your pinky to tap the screen, if that's a trick you want to do. But I personally like to do it like this. That's just a personal preference, and it's plus a single controller. You don't have to use a different controller, like take the Joy-Cons out and set it in this thing. But anyway, hopefully that made sense. I think this trick is generally well approved among the community I've spoken to so far, though I'm very certain that some people won't take too kindly to the trick. But let me go ahead and dock this. But the thing is that this trick is only possible, apparently when it's level. This trick is not possible on any other version of the game. So dojos on basically any other platform is unchanged. They will not have this Murfy trick. You will not be able to use Murfy at all in any challenge that isn't just a Murphy's Dungeon. But with the Switch version, since you have access to both touchscreen Murfy and the button version of Murfy, you have access to the first half of the Murfy reset steps, as well as, just being able to use touchscreen Murfy. And you can use touchscreen Murfy in this challenge, and it's neat. I think it's a neat way to kind of mix things up for this version of the game, because we haven't had a new trick in a long time. But now we have a new trick to use. It's fresh, but again, if you don't like it, there is other versions of the game that don't have this. Basically, any other version of the game. So yeah, with that, I'll go ahead and end the video. I'm kind of rambling, so yeah, I should probably stop. I'll see you guys later.